Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Monday, and all of our guests today, including Craig Berube, standing by, are sponsored by Passant Motors. Car running like the Predators? Time to hit them up for the push, pull, or drag trade-in event. $4,000 minimum for all trade-ins. Passant taking a shot at the Predators.
Love this.
Careful now. Visit Passant Motors, BASANT Motors.com. Canucks winning in overtime last night, 4-3 down in Nashville. They'll try to wrap it up Tuesday at Rogers Arena. Joined now by Craig Berube, Stanley Cup champion coach for the St. Louis Blues, former New West Bruin, doing some work with TNT these days. Craig, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
I'm good, guys. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Canucks down 3-1 late in Nashville last night. Any chance you saw that comeback coming?
Well, it's not normal, that's for sure. They did a great job with the goalie out, obviously, and then the winning goal. So they did some real good things down the stretch. By all means, they didn't have their best game. The coach even said the same thing, but they hung in there and they found a way to get it done. I think they're doing some real good things. Both goalies being hurt and the young guy coming in there and doing a good job and just hanging around and found a way to get a win. So obviously, a couple nice plays and then empty net goals and then the overtime goal, which, their big players came through in the end, right? Their top scorer scored 3 goals. Acquiring Lindholm late in the year got obviously the winner for him, and JT Miller looked like he had a strong game.
Yeah, 3 assists. Craig, you're a coach. Maybe you can explain what's going on. The Canucks are winning games and getting outshot. You see the Oilers win last night. They just had 13 shots on goal down in Los Angeles. And there are other examples of that. Why is that working right now?
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. I mean, I think that we'll talk about Vancouver. I think, Rick's doing a real good job of them managing the game, not opening it up too much, playing good defense, and just being smart, overall. I mean, I think sometimes, you can get into those games where you're getting 30, 35 shots, but it's back and forth type of stuff. And I think that he wants to keep it tighter than that and, wait for his opportunities. But at the same time, he wants to get more looks than he got last game and the game before. That's for sure. I think you'll see that the next game.
Craig, let's go over to the Leafs and the Bruins. Boy, if Toronto loses, the media's already getting ready, Craig. They're talking about breaking up the core there, and there's a lot of things going on. When you see Matthews, Nylander, and Marner go at each other on the bench like they did in the last home game, what goes through your mind?
Not a lot. I think there's more played into it than that. They're upset. They're not happy with themselves, first of all, and then, they're on the power play together, and so I'm sure they're discussing things and they're just frustrated, and, it's important in the playoffs to have composure and discipline throughout the playoffs because there's a lot of ups and downs. But at the same time, I don't really play too much into it. I mean, I've seen this over the years where, your top players are not happy with what's going on. They're not happy with each other, not happy with themselves. And sometimes that frustration sets in. I don't think the Leafs are going to look at it as a bad thing. I wouldn't look at it as a bad thing. They care and they want better for the team.
Hey, Craig, Winnipeg and Colorado, Hellebuck was just named a finalist for the Vezina today, yet I look at his goals against average in that series, 5.22, save percentage, 870. But what people don't realize, he's faced more shots than any goalie at 147. He's facing a ton of shots. What's going on there with the goals against in Winnipeg?
Yeah, no, it's uncharacteristic of their team and the way they played this year. Obviously, Hellebuck's a real good goalie. We all know that. And this team's played really well in front of him this year defensively. and they've just gotten away from it. I think they got to tighten up, and they got to defend better and do some better things. Probably starting in the offensive zone and on their forecheck and a little more. They've been a strong puck possession team throughout the season and had a real strong forecheck throughout the year, Winnipeg, and I think they probably are discussing getting back to that formula. It was very successful for them this year. But right now, it's a little bit too much giving up the other way. They're a little bit turning pucks over probably and not checking well enough, starting with their forecheck and through the neutral zone, killing plays and not allowing Colorado to come at them with so much speed, and it makes it difficult. And then obviously staying out of the penalty box will be key. That team has lethal players in power play, and they really feed off their power play. So being disciplined will be important.
Craig, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but Rick Tocchet talks all the time, quite often, about talking on a regular basis with a certain unemployed NHL head coach. Okay, so we know you're friends. If it is indeed you, what do you guys talk about?
Well, hockey in general, but a lot of things. I mean, just dealing with players day to day and those sorts of things that come up. And, that's a big part of the coaching job is, your communication with your players and dealing with them on a daily basis. There's all kinds of issues all the time and players that are, maybe not as happy on the role or ice time. There's all kinds of things that go on. But a lot of hockey talk and what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing and, different things like that. So we've been friends for obviously a long time and we're very close. And we always, look to each other on what could we do better here? What are you thinking here? And just situational play and stuff like that. So he's a very smart guy and I'm very lucky to have him as a friend and a guy that I can confide into anytime I need help and vice versa.
Hey, Craig, when it comes to coaching, and you touched on this, and Rick has a large coaching staff. Is it more about strategy or managing personalities?
Both. Like that's a big thing, and I think Rick's done a great job there of that. Obviously, managing personalities, and it started in the summertime. I know he did a lot of communicating with his leaders and his players, and what he expected out of them, what he wanted to get out of them. And that communication is feedback from them too. And then, his coaching staff, he's got a real good staff there and he uses all these guys very well. And that's key because when you're the head coach, it's important to use your assistant coaches and it's important to have real good, smart assistant coaches because they're really important part of the team. And he does a great job of, giving those guys the opportunity to do their job and what is expected out of them. So he's done a real good job there.
Hey, Craig, a lot of coaching vacancies. Your name pops up a lot. Come on, give us the scoop. We're hearing your name in Ottawa.
I got no scoop.
Come on.
I got no scoops, man. I got none. Honestly, I'm just, we'll see what happens. I'm enjoying the games, watching the games, and it's been great the playoffs to watch. And again, I want to coach. I want to get back into it. I miss it. But at the same time, no scoops right now, boys.
All right, we'll ask Tocchet. He'll spill the beans. Thanks, Craig.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys having me on. Have a great day.